ABC, it is Old Metal Rocker 66 here. I have a What's Spinning update. It's been a while, I think probably 3-4 weeks since I last did a What's Spinning. All this is going to be vinyl, mostly new stuff, record store day stuff, some older stuff. Let's get into it. All record store day albums here. And first up, Flatsom Jetsum. I've spun this probably 4 times since I've gotten this. This sounds really good. First time on vinyl, only 2000. Come out from No Life Till Metal. So yeah, some good early thrash from Flatsom. And then Lizzy, record store day, Jailbreak, the alternate versions. I heard this the other day. This sounds actually really good. I mean, I do like a lot of the one instrumental on here. Let's see, what was it? On side 2, I believe. I think it was The Kid Is Back, or maybe it was, I can't remember anyway. It was more of the instrumental song on it. I really enjoyed that. Sounded killer. I mean, good release out on the Vertigo label. So, glad to have that. Being a huge Sweet fan, this was probably the most anticipated one I wanted to get. I know it's probably the only one I wanted to get, but I don't go to record store day. I don't stand in the crowds anymore like I used to. I could do it, but I choose not to. At my age, I'm 66. I mean, I'm still pretty active and stuff, but I just don't want to go and stand in line for 3 hours. Whereas I can buy this stuff a couple days later online for about the same price. And I can drink Coke. I can do anything I want. So I got the Sweet Desolation Boulevard 50th anniversary demos and live. I don't know if anybody else out there that has this, but if you do, and I'm sure you've heard your version. First side A sounds great, not a flaw on it. The second side, there were 2 tracks that had kind of humming issues on it, and they were Burn on the Flame and Into the Night. Kind of had that, it sounded like my turntable wasn't grounded, and I was curious. But the 5th song, I didn't hear the hum anymore. So if those of you, I've heard that there might be issues with the album. I'm not sure. I mean, I have 2 tracks that sound kind of funky, but other than that, it sounds pretty good. But yeah, sweet. And of course, being a huge Judas Priest, I did have to get this. Because these are probably going to go up in price hugely, and they probably already are. And first time on vinyl for Judas Priest live in Atlanta, 82. It sounded amazing, but to me, Rob's vocals were just, to me, it sounded like he was off just a little bit. I don't know if it was me or what, but the whole double album set sounded great. But anyway, yeah, Judas Priest. One album really has, I played the hell out of this. It's going to be really high on my year-end list. And I'm going to be doing a video probably right after this devoted to the traditional metal from female singers. And this one here, the new Lady Beast, the Inner Alchemist. This is so good. It carries on from the Vulture's Amulet, you know. And I was listening to this today with the lyrics, and man, reading the lyrics, and we're following the lyrics, reading them as the song plays, kind of put me in a better perspective towards the album. Whereas if I never read the lyrics before, it was different for me, I guess. I don't know. It's just something I noticed. But this is so good. Deborah Levine sounds amazing on this. Good traditional heavy metal from Lady Beast. And probably my #1 hard blues rock album of the year comes from Anthony Gomes and Praise the Loud. This is a killer hard rock, blues rock album. It's how he presents this whole album from A to B. I mean, it's just a fast, heavy blues guitar. I mean, that's what I love, the electric heavy guitar in this from him. This is my best. Kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan, probably Kenny Wayne Shepherd kind of has that vibe too. But yeah, this is amazing. Pick this up if you haven't. And album 2 from Throne of Iron, Adventure 2. Some epic metal. 5 years since their first release. This one came out then after. But yeah, killer band. I love epic metal. And some female-fronted traditional heavy metal. Only album they ever put out. You can still find this, but the band is called Mystic. I believe they're out of Sweden. Has 3 females in the band and I think 1 male. But female singing and guitar player. I think it's the drummer that is the male part of this. But yeah, good traditional metal. And this here, I have not missed a day since it first came out. I heard it again this morning. I was reading along with it this time, and I fully understood the whole album. I don't really rank albums, hardly. I mean, from time to time I do, but rarely will an album in my catalog get a 10 for 10. Well, this one got a 10 for 10 for me, and this is the debut album from Void, Horrors of Reality. This definitely has Annihilator-esque guitar stylings. It has Metallica guitar sounds, but with a little more. It has more of a technical thrash guitarist and more of a traditional thrash guitarist. I mean, it kind of goes back and forth. I mean, just about every song in here has a long lead-in with throughout the song there's a couple of lead changes that are fairly long, and usually the end of the album end with long leads. 8 tracks, phenomenal album. Like I say, if you like Annihilator, Metallica, King Diamond, but yeah, this is a great release album from these guys. And then I was kind of like the other day I was going back into probably the middle catalog of Riot's catalog to Thundersteel. I hadn't heard this in a while. Man, this sounds as good as the first day it came out. I think I have 2 copies of this one. This is probably more of the pristine one. Sounds the better of the 2. And but yeah, great album from Riot. And I haven't heard this album in a long time. I think it was the one before this. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But I'm going back. A band from Sweden called Wolf and Devil Seed. I think this is like their 3rd or 4th release in their catalog. And they have like 9 releases out, 9 or 10. They just came out with one like last year or 2 years ago. But just good traditional, well, good power metal, but more of the focus is on the traditional sound, but it definitely has power metal influences in this, but I still think it's more of a traditional sounding album, but good stuff from Wolf. And I got this the other day. I only had it on CD. I thought I had it on vinyl. I finally picked this up, so I have the entire catalog, and I seen these guys 3 times. First time was when they were a 3-piece. One of their guitarists had quit a week before I saw them in St. Paul back. It must have been back in late 2010s, 8, 9, somewhere in there. But I picked up Havoc Burn album. Man, this thing is so good. And but I had to have this. I do have the CD, which is signed by the band. And but yeah, I love Havoc. Great band. And then I'm kind of going back a little bit into the 70s. From time to time I go back to this album because I think it's the best album in this band's catalog, period. With Nibs on vocals, and Ginger Baker on drums, and Adrian Gervitz on guitar. I think this epitomizes their whole catalog, I think. And to me, this is the heaviest from Baker Gervitz Army and Elasian Encounters. Came out in '75 on the Atlantic Records. So good. So good. Side 1 People leads off. Good lead-in drums from Ginger Baker. The Key, fantastic. Time, The Gambler. I mean, this whole album is good. The one before this, Baker Gervitz Army, is just as good with Mad Jack. But yeah, good stuff here from '75. And I used to have this. I wanted to get this. My second favorite guitarist of all time. Number 1 goes to Tommy Bolin. This is my number 2, Paul Kasoff. So I had to pick up Kasoff Backstreet Crawler. It only has, 6 tracks, but wow. This really shows his versatile guitar skills. Yeah, this has 5 tracks. It has Molten Gold, classic old free tune, Backstreet Crawler, Tuesday Morning leads off, solo, instrumental. I mean, fantastic. I love this album probably out of all of his stuff. But yeah, it's too bad he died at an early age as well. And then this came on a video I was watching, and for the love of God, I am not going to remember the video. The guy showcases, one band, one album, and I can't remember the guy's name, but it's one band, one album, or something like that. This is his YouTube channel. He does a ton of bands. Well, anyway, he showcased this band, Pipe Dream. And the self-titled album, the only album these guys ever came out with. This has Tim Bogert on this, who came from Boxer, I believe, and he went on to do other stuff. But this is actually, it's a good hard rocking album. It's progressive at times. It has maybe a little flair for funkiness in one of the tracks, but it's a solid album. Good stuff. But it came out, I think it was '79 this came out. Yeah, '79 on ABC Records. But just a killer release. Love coming across stuff I haven't heard from the '70s, and I am a product of the '70s. But yeah, it has Tim Bogert, lead vocals and bass, Ben Schultz, guitars, Juan Ivana, drums, Willie D, lead vocals, Barry K, harpsichord, and so on. But yeah, really surprised how good this was. And then the latest, I just got this from New York City Traditional Band. Has a female singer in there. I can't remember her name right offhand, but their second release from Tower and Let There Be Dark. Wow, this is a really, really good album. Kind of similar to Lady Beast in some aspects. It's got the killer guitars, the great vocals. This might be maybe a little darker lyrically, but really good stuff. Get outstanding guitar leads and stuff, but killer stuff. And then I found this a couple of weeks back, and this is the early stuff from Whiplash, Messages in Blood. It was only on cassette. And the early years, Whiplash. Killer. This is really, really good. Some of the first early material from Whiplash. This is so good. You can get it. It is out there. It's on Reign of Terror Records. I think if you type that in, a search, but a nice collage. But yeah, this is a really good sounding press. And then I haven't heard this for a couple of years. I knew about this band. I follow a lot of bands, as probably a lot of you know. But it was a 4-song mini EP they came out with. I loved it. Traditional heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal band. They released their first album on the Fireflash Records label, only 500, but Tail Gunner and Guns for Hire. Killer debut album on Blue. I do believe they are in the process of recording album number 2, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, love Tail Gunner. And last one is a classic from Malaya Rage, Kill to Survive. Indeed. Haven't heard this in a long time. Been trying to make myself go back into more of the 80s power thrash, traditional thrash, brutal thrash, and listen to more of it again. Haven't done it in a while, but yeah, this is really good. And yeah, the name says it all. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for What's Spinning. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get updates of upcoming videos. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and anyway, we'll see you next time, and take care, everybody, and rock on.